And welcome back to Never Scared Podcast, man. We're in the building tonight, here live on YouTube with another special show, loaded and ready to go. I got my co-host in the building right here tonight. I am Twan Don, Antoine, Ren, all kinds of names, you know what I'm saying, things like that. That's Precious up there in the corner, P Boogie, P Woogie, and things like that. And then we got Say Cool down at the bottom. Say Cool Buggy. I know some of y'all say Gog or something, but you can't do that with his last name. You got to pronounce it out correctly. You know what I'm saying? Say Cool is in the building. How y'all doing, man, this evening? First of all,
Good.
We've been away.
I'm good.
Streets been talking, man. Where y'all at?
Been a minuto.
Streets want to know where we been.
On the world tour with Muhammad, my man.
Exactly, yo. We've been out here dealing with life, man. But look, check this out. We got a special topic tonight. The topic is marriage dead? Is marriage dead? We're going to topple into the overall marriage. We'll also touch on marriage as it relates in the African American community, and we're gonna get into some things. Is the sanctity of marriage, is it something that people can believe in now, or is it dying out? Do people just not want to be married? So we're just gonna dive right into it. Recently, I think the biggest pre-divorce that's going on out here right now is the fact that Steph Curry and Seth Curry, his parents, Sonia and Del Curry, are calling it quits after 30 years. And just to get into it, I'm going to throw this thing up here. It said, according to TMZ Sports, the parents of NBA stars Steph and Seth have officially been in the process of ending their marriage since June the 14th. So this is, it wasn't like when they first hit the news waves. It's something that's going back almost 3 months. It says when Sonia filed the paperwork in their home state of North Carolina. The reason cited for the split isn't clear at the moment, and the divorce is ongoing. Just to give you a little background on the couple, the pair were college sweethearts meeting at Virginia Tech. And remember that they met at Virginia Tech, because that's going to come up somewhere later when we have this discussion, where Dylan played basketball and she played volleyball. They reportedly first locked eyes when she was on a visit of the campus as part of the recruitment and came across the men's basketball team. They married in 1988 and welcomed Seth and their daughter. Is it Seidel or Sidel? I don't know how to pronounce the name. I think it's Seidel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who have since brought their parents 3 granddaughters and a grandson. And Sidel is due to give birth to her first child in November. Now, the story out right now is that she's filing for divorce from him. I think that's what what we're saying on all the memes and in the social media. But some people trust TMZ. It could go either way with them, but I found mostly that they do report the truth. And according to TMZ, it says that Dell has accused his estranged wife of cheating and being in a relationship with the former New England Patriots tight end. In documents obtained by TMZ Sports, Steph Curry's father says Sonia has been dating Steven Johnson, a 6th-round draft pick in the 1988 NFL draft. I think that was the same year they got married. In the documents, Dell says that Sonia began her extramarital affair with Mr. Johnson during the marriage and prior to the date of separation, and that she lied to Del Curry about the situation. Just to let y'all know a little quick background, and we're going to be done with these things, is that the guy that she is supposedly has been messing around with, we're going to discuss this. We don't know for a fact. His name is Stephen Emil Johnson. And that it says he's an American former professional football player who was a tight end at New England Patriots of the National Football League, and he played football for
Virginia Tech.
the Virginia Tech Hokies. He was selected in the 6th round of the 1988 NFL draft by the Patriots. And this is what homeboy looks like. Nothing like Del Curry.
What does he do now? What business does he own now?
He does something that's connected with a team. It said that his current net worth on like several different sources says his net worth is only $5 million. You know, they said he was worth a lot more, but over the years he's lost a lot of money. But right now, as he's only worth $5 million. And this is the guy.
You got a bench warmer from the. All right, I'm sorry. Shut up.
This is the guy that supposedly that she's been seeing while all this was going on, while they were married. And so just starting from the positive part of this is that we can all say that was a pretty loved black family, right? They were like the light-skinned Huxtables in some type of way, right? You know, we always cheered for Step and his brother and his parents. We loved that. We saw that black love on TV, and that they've been together for 30 years. And you know, when we see relationships like that in the black community, man, we look up to those, you know. And and they've been married for 30 years, and now they're gonna call it quits. So what is going on? Because as we get in further into this conversations, we're going to find out about a whole lot of different people that have called it quits after 30 years, 40 years, some even after 50 years of marriage, you know, which brings the question, is marriage dead? If you're not married yet, are you thinking more about marriage now before you get married? Do you want to get married, or you just not trusting it from everything that you're seeing now? We're living in a different world now. You know, I'm gonna start with Precious off the gate because, you know, of the three of us, as far as me and Sekou, no, she's not married. She may be fleeing from another country or something like that.
That's what
we're just gonna go right to her. Precious, check this out. You're not married yet. What do you feel about marriage, man? I mean, are you confident in it, or, you know, just give us your feelings about that?
I am confident in marriage. I think that due to life circumstances in general, I mean, there are a lot of different things that contribute to why I'm still single. It's not just like, oh, you can't, you know, you can't find somebody or you can't meet somebody. It's just a lot of different reasons why I'm still single. However, I do believe in the sanctity of marriage. My parents were married for 50 plus years until my mom passed on. So it was truly till death do us part. So do I believe in it? Yes. I think that our culture in general, or our generation, and I won't even necessarily say culture, but I feel like no one wants to put the work in anymore, because as soon as you know, finance it or it's a financial hardship or something like that, you know, people just they're ready to dip out because they feel like they can do it on their own.
Okay, Sekou.
I mean, what Pritchard said was right. I mean, I believe in it. I believe that, you know, I believe in marriage. Having friends that on both sides of the fence, you know, you seen the good, you seen the bad. I myself, just made 18 years 2 weeks ago.
Congrats.
Man,
that is huge. That is huge.
And so it's hard for me to say that it's dead, because I mean, you know, I'm where I am, you know, and I you know, it's what you do with yours, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's situation is just different, you know, and like, salute. Some people, for some people, like back in the, we used to say like it was cheaper to keep her, and sayings like that. But
Yeah, it is.
reality, now it's like cats they ready to let go. Like they don't want to deal with they don't want to put in the work. People don't want to put in the work, So it's like it's just easy to just like and let it go, and I guess deal with the consequences financially and with the family and everything for some, it's I don't know, it's just crazy, for me myself, like I said, growing up, mainly without a father, I guess that's probably one of the reasons why I make it my business to be a better husband and father, and right now grandfather, well, pop and whatever you want to call it, and all that. But yeah. So I to make it short, yeah, I don't think it's dead. I don't think it's dead. But the way people are moving, and our microwave society that we live in and such, it a lot of times it's easier to just let it go than to actually just put in some work and make it work.
Yeah,
I agree.
I said those symptoms. I don't think it's dead, but as a married person, when I see these things happen, I do get nervous. And I think, and I and Koo can chime in. I think when you're married, and it's two lives you're living when you're married. Like the life that with your wife or your spouse, that's the real life, and what people perceive your marriage and your life is going. And a lot of times when husband and wife step out, we step out with smiles on our faces and we joke around, and everybody's like, "Oh, they look happy, they good." But when we come home, and then it's something different. I'm very nervous because when I see things like that and people divorcing after 30 years, and it's just like, that's a lot of time, That's a lot of time, to start over. I don't really, I mean, it's not my fault. I don't really care if she cheated or not. That's a lot of time, because you're going to start over regardless, and after 30 years, there's a lot of people affected by that, and you have to be happy. I mean, I believe people should be happy. I don't believe people should stay together for false reasons. But after 30 years, bro, that's scary.
So, Twan, how I feel about that is people are constantly evolving, right? Like you have to know when you get married. And I'm assuming that if you've been married for any extensive amount of time, and I haven't, but I just assume like we change, right? We change, our needs change, our wants change. Those things it's inevitable, right? You're going to change. You're changing every day. Every day you wake up, you are better or more than you knew yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And you can't expect your mate or your significant other to not change as well. You got to give grace to your significant other or your wife, your spouse rather. You have to give grace to your spouse. Like we allow ourselves the grace to change, but we don't extend it to someone else. And as you change, as you evolve, as you grow together, like, what, this isn't working. We need to readjust, or we need to revisit how we do things, how we communicate. I don't know what that looks like. Again, I've been doing this thing by myself for a real long time. I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, not that I don't want to get married. I do desire to be married at some point, but I also want to be married to the person that is going to be my life partner. I feel like people choose their spouses based on I feel like when my parents got married, they got married for love. I feel like now people get married because it's somebody they can do life with. And I feel like that, and I'm serious, like they feel like they can do life with this person. Like we can pay bills, we can raise some kids together, we can start a business. Financial, right. So it's more of a business. But marriage has become more of a business as opposed to what it was created and or designed for. So I just feel like in general that marriage is not dead. You just have to view it differently and you have to move with the time. So, and I'm not, you don't, let me not say that. I am not saying that I don't want to marry for love, because I absolutely do. I need to be able to love my spouse. I need to be able to love the person that I'm with. I need to be attracted to that person. So if and when you are choosing your spouse or significant other, you need to be mindful that eventually you may not look at that person the same every single day, but you still need to wake up and choose that person every day. Period. Ooh, that was deep.
You want to mic? You want to drop your own mic?
I do. I want to. That was a mic drop moment. Like, you just got to wake up and choose that person every day.
Yeah, I just got a quick one. I mean, like, as far as saying fair, Twan, what you were saying, like, there should never be any fair. I don't believe
it shouldn't. I know where you go. I know where you're coming from when you say that too.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, my mother said something back in the day. Like, my mother wasn't one super wisdom queen and none, like, giving me all this, feedback and shit. But I remember back in the days, in a relationship situation, and she hit me with that. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I truly believe in life in general. Now, as it pertains to, like, say, Steph and them, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, not Steph. Dell and Sonia. I do believe that was a situation that was a financial from the beginning. And I wasn't there. I can't say, I don't know. But you know how it is in the sports arena. So probably it could have started in love. I don't know. But the fact that Virginia Tech, she had a football player and a basketball player, I don't think it was love. So that being said, she went with the one that was more lucrative. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. But now,
very, very lucrative.
Yeah, take it however you want to take it. They were together. And so whether it was love or was financial, whether it was whatever it was what it was. So they were together during the times. She was probably doing her thing.
We're gonna call a
and
flag
he was probably doing his thing. Huh? What?
We're gonna call a flag on the play.
She said we're gonna call a flag.
Just wait till I'm finished and then say what you need to say. I mean,
okay.
Bottom line is, I'm just saying we weren't there, so we can't speak on their situation. They got together, they were together, and 9 out of 10, he was cheating on her. She could have been cheating on him. It's probably what was going on with their relationship from day one. But the situation was just like a lot of people when they sit there and they deal with a situation for certain reasons. So how many football wives or girlfriends hung in there knowing their man is cheating, doing all craziness because they looking for the bag. So, the pressure, you can say what you want to say. There's facts of facts. So I don't know if she did that or not. I'm just saying 9 out of 10, he was probably doing that from day one and looking for the bag. She knew she had her little, she was, and she could slide over, do her little whatever too. So that was probably how their life was. So now they go further. Now this dude make the NBA. This dude is doing his thing in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? This dude is doing his thing in the NBA. So yeah, he's not just a college player. Now he's an NBA player, making real money. Now they have a kid. Now they have another kid. Mm-hmm. Now the kids is doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? But now they have the kids, so now they might have been at that point where, all right, we just need to dead this. But now they got kids. So now they holding in for the kids. Now they the kid now. So they are somebody that we all look at as like that family. Like we all look like Twan said earlier, like the light skinned they was like the basketball Huxtables. Like we was the one who looked at them was like, yo, damn, that's what's up. Because we don't see it that often.
You want to be like them.
We don't know what was really going on in the back. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. We don't know what was really going on. They could have had some toxic shit all along, but they look good at the shit. They were saying how did Sonia was twerking on friggin' Steph, one of his players, one of his players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot to it. And his mom and she's at a point. She probably was like, yo, I still look good. I'm at the age I'm at. I'm still looking good, and I'm enjoying my life. You know what I'm saying? We're at a point where we did what we could. We stayed together. Our kids is old. You know, they in their 30s. They both balling. They doing their thing, and let's live our life happy. Let's not just sit there and live for the kids.
Oh, you got to wait your turn, Precious. I'm next.
So that
Man.
I mean, that was
man.
Go ahead, but that was my take on that.
That's a great
flag
take.
on the play and whatever. That
was an excellent take. Trust me, we're gonna get into it in a minute. Hey, listen, I think I'm telling you off the top. I think if you, and that's for anybody listening, I think if you get married for money, like Precious brought up earlier, you know what I'm saying, and y'all start off financially, I think your marriage is in trouble right from day one.
That's not what I said. That's not
no.
what I said.
I just said that you alluded to. You said some people get look. If you don't say it, I'm gonna say it. A lot of people get married for financial reasons. If it's not love, if your relationship or your marriage is not built off love, it's already in danger. It's in danger. At any moment, somebody can leave because y'all don't love each other anyway. Y'all love the fact that bills is getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So,
real quick, can you speak to the audience about chatting, about chiming in? Because I have some private messages about chiming in, and I think it's not coming through.
What's going on?
What they have to put in a message? Like, I saw something coming. Like, what do they got to do? Because I saw something coming through.
Okay, no, I typed in 2 messages, but I have some private messages.
Mom and
okay,
Chad 704.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're popping up.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I see. Okay, I was on the wrong.
Somebody putting some in private chat. That's why.
That was me.
Okay, it's not gonna show up in the thing in the private.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I see. Gotcha. I'm sorry. 704 Chad. He said, facts always look like the perfect family. Like,
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, when I say I'm nervous, I'm not saying I don't trust in marriage. I'm saying I don't think people trust in marriage anymore. I think it's way down. I think the morale is way down. I say that for this. Social media has affected marriage. I'm gonna get into this later because it's an actual stat from from a government census that was taken on marriage. It said that over the last 3 years in the United States, that 2.1% of the population in the United States that got married were of the same sex.
The what?
Of the same sex. And to get into that later, man, actually, when it starts talking about at a divorce rate, it actually says that the LGBT community actually when they get married, they actually stay together
because they've chosen a life partner to do life with. Like, they're choosing life partners out here. Right. You're still. and I'm not saying. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, I'm gonna finish it up. But I just think that when women look, man, there's nothing out in social media now. We live in that. Social media is king out here, whether people want to believe it or not. We tune into it every day. We look at stuff or whatever. Look, I'm gonna put it to you like this: every man can't make the type of money that rappers and ball players make, and guys that own their own businesses. Every guy can't do that. There's a shift right now going on with women where there's so many things in social media telling women, and preaching to women and young girls that you have to be with a baller. You know what I'm saying? You have to be with a guy with money or you're wasting your time. If you're not with a guy with some money, you're not a bad bitch. Actually, I see more women get on other women about not being with a guy with money, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I don't hear love being preached amongst females, you know what I'm saying, in the female community a lot lately, you know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's a huge part of the issue that's going on right now. And I'm not jabbing at women, you know what I'm saying? But if most of your counterparts are telling you that you got to go after this guy with this money and he got to do this and he got to dress you this way and whatever, you're doomed from the beginning. Or you just gonna do that for the rest of your life. You're gonna go from God to God to God to God doing that. So
Can I jump in now?
yeah, go ahead.
So here's the thing, right? I don't disagree with what you're saying. I totally agree. In fact, there are some people who seek out relationships specifically for financial gain. However, I'm not saying that choosing a life partner is just based on financial gain. So let's first of all set that record clear, because that's not what I said. What I said was our generation in general, we look at we look at things more from a business standpoint, as opposed to like if you happen to get along with the person and you are in love with the person, that is all a plus. That's great, that's awesome. But I'm saying this generation specifically, I'm looking at these younger couples get married, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, you not even live life long enough to determine whether you could spend the rest of your life with somebody. You talk about Dell and Sonia. Well, guess what? They raised their children. They raised two successful boys. That might have been the business arrangement from the beginning. Like, listen, your DNA plus my DNA might make a real powerhouse out here. So let's do what we do and keep it moving.
I don't think so with that couple.
But Precious, you jumped in. You didn't even let me get to where I was getting. I mean, that right there.
Bad.
But we was right there. But we went in the same area. Like I didn't say that. All I was saying early, we don't know as to what was their reasoning or how their situation was, and we don't know if they got together for this, they got together for that, or you know what I'm saying, if it was truly love, or we have no idea. We just know that they came together as two athletes, and they produced two great athletes, and they was together, and they were a model for a lot of people, and now they decided, look, we lived our shit and we move on. I think, like everybody, like what people been saying, it's more of a fact that it became a public announcement that they are breaking up the other day, because she's allegedly been living with homeboy for a minute. So now it's become public notice and made a big deal of. You know, and once again, and that's where the whole the publicity side, or the being famous side, comes into play, because had they been just some regular folk,
they wouldn't have cared.
Nobody cares. Those are just two regular folks that they were, you know, whatever, and they split after whatever years, and it is what it is. But being that's Dell, everybody know Dell, and he produced two ball players, one being one of the greatest point guards, you know, in the game, you know, so the name is obviously more in the limelight, you know, and then his wife doesn't help out. I'm talking about Steph's wife doesn't help out, because she's always jumping and doing something extra.
Always.
And because even right now she jumped in the thing and kind of made it a situation where it's like the mother versus the father, and like they sided with the mother. Like and she did that. This ain't from Steph. This came from what's her name? Wife. Ayana. What's the wife's name? Steph's wife's name?
I think it's Ayana. Something like that. Ayana Curry.
So she stayed doing too much, but like now.
It's not even her parents.
She's starting drama within the like they already got dealing with already.
Aisha.
Oh, Aisha. Yeah, they dealing. I know some something. That's why I say Ayana. But they're dealing with already as a family. So now she comes in, and now you adding in, and now making it one versus the other. Like that's not needed. It's already a messed up situation. Like, don't do that. Don't. It shouldn't be now. Now the kids have to pick sides, and not only just pick sides publicly. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Like, if you know, I guess I don't know. I guess that's the one thing. Growing up with just my mother, I didn't have to worry about picking sides or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so like, okay, I'm team mommy. I don't fuck it. You know, but if you gotta pick between your mother and your father, now that comes to that's some real shit.
And I respect what Cool's saying, because like, look, like I said, in the situation that he just mentioned, which I grew up without my father as well, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you're not known, bro. It's another thing when Curry's wife adds to it and opens her mouth, and now the world is choosing sides, you know what I'm saying? Which brings me to my next question. And again, I'm coming back to you, Precious. There's two stories out there, man. The first story that came out was she's filing for divorce because he was cheating on her. Now the story is that he came out and said that she was cheating on him. And he called the dude, he called his name out, said who the guy was.
And she been living with him, right?
Right. Yeah, they said that she had been living with him. This was from the actual news. So, coming right at you, Precious, whose story do you believe?
It's not in this particular situation to me. It's not.
I asked you, which story do you believe?
Who do I believe? Because they could. Here's the thing. Hold on. It's not about who I believe. The reality of the situation is they could both be guilty of the same crime. They could both be guilty of the same crime, because here's the thing: people take cheating differently.
Come with the truth, mama.
The internet is an issue over there in DC for some reason, bro. Hold on, let's get you unfroze first. Hold on, we have some technical difficulties. All right, cool. We're gonna continue until she can get rolling. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but right there. I mean, your question. Oh, here she come. Here she come. She got that Fisherman Wharf network.
All right, so she's gonna sign back in, but like, let's go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, like, real quick. But I said that earlier. I said the same thing. Like, I believe that, as you say, it's two sides to every story, and I do believe. I mean, for myself, just knowing what I've seen with a lot of athletes and shit like that, they both been fucking cheating.
Yeah,
they both been handling their business. They both been, but now it's at a point where it is what it was, and I think that nobody wants to be shamed. So I think he got shamed, and that's when he came out on some like, yo, it ain't me, dog, it's her. Well, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but Precious, go ahead, honey.
But
with your Fisherman Wharf, cable.
Yeah, fix that internet, man. Shit.
Fix your life. Leave mine alone. I'm good over here. So anyway, I was saying, I am not saying that. Okay, so first of all, let's revisit something real quick. Let me throw this question out there before I say what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Is cheating the end all be all to marriage?
For some people, it is, bro. Some people can. I'm telling you right now, just from other married couples that I know, some can deal with it and move on. Some can deal with both if they both did it and move on. Some people cannot even deal with the fact that you didn't even physically cheat and it's over. It just depends on what it was built on when y'all got married.
It's on the it's on the person. I think that's on the person. Because you see people that done work through some crazy shit. You see something that was like, yo, you looked at her, we're done. You seen, I mean, like you seen type of shit like it. You know, I think that's a question. It varies. It depends on the person.
I don't know if Sekou had this conversation, Precious. I will tell you this though. Y'all are supposed to discuss that type of shit before y'all say I do.
So Soccer Mom says, "What?
Y'all supposed to go. This is what I absolutely will not be able to deal with before y'all get married."
So should you put those disclaimers out there? Because what if things change? Again, you have to you give yourself grace, right? Let's just say, boom, you the one to cheat. Well, not you, but in general, the male is the one who cheats in the marriage. You're going to give yourself grace, right? Because in your mind, it was the thing that you wanted to do at that time, and you're going to justify it, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad. You're going to justify it, or at least try to make it justifiable in your world.
Black men don't cheat.
You like,
we don't do that.
You think
we don't do that.
Do you think I'm gonna do this with you tonight? Because I'm not. I
mean, we don't.
I'm not doing any of this.
We just don't. We don't do that.
Right here. This is the hat gang, everybody. I just want to point out the fact that we all have on hats, and they got on New York Yankees hats, but mine says "Boy Bye."
Okay. If your screen wasn't fuzzy, they'd be able to see it.
If you could mind your business a little bit, you'd be all right. So we have some comments in the chat. So we have some comments in the chat, right? Soccer Mom, hey Cameo, why do we even care? We are too involved in celebrities' business. They're human, let them live. No. This is just the example that we were talking about as it relates to is marriage dead. So this wasn't we're harping on their situation specifically. They're just the example that's in the media right now as it relates to the fact that they've been married for 30 plus years and the marriage is ending. You know, one of them has filed for divorce. They have all these assets and all these, really wonderful things together. And they have 2 grown boys who are both in the NBA. And so you was probably like on some real. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even get to address. Let me back up. I go way too ahead of myself. Antoine be trying to throw me off. Let me go back and address the fact that Cool said that she might have just been trying to secure the bag to begin with.
It's possible. Shit, she won. She secured 3 bags.
You think? Yeah, here's the thing. And she could have rolled out a long time ago. I don't think that was what she. Yes, Soccer Mom. They are coming for my Wi-Fi. Like, tell them please do not do that. So that's how they do me. They throw me up under the bus, but they always want me to talk. They always want my opinion. I'm gonna just not say anything. But
because
anyway,
you're a host of the show.
I'm not saying nothing else. After this, I'm done. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm gonna put a zipper on my lips.
But person, we can't say that she wanted to or not to. That's once again, we don't know.
But you don't know that.
But I said that we don't. Did I not say she could have wanted to secure the bag, or maybe she didn't? We don't know that. I said that. It's not like I said. Did I say straight up 100% she wanted the bag? Did I say that?
Nope.
I said this. She could have, or maybe not. That's what I said. Because it go either way. We don't know. We weren't there. We wasn't out with them in school. We don't know shit about their life. We don't know how that is. All we know is what we hear and see.
Welcome,
so
Demetria.
It could go either way is what I was saying. I said that.
Welcome, Demetria. Welcome, Cameo. Welcome, Dcash.
And Demetria, you're correct. And we talked about that earlier. It could have been, and it could have went so many different ways. It could be she was happy, could have not been happy. It could have been. It's a lot of different things. Nobody.
Okay,
we're just saying, it's like at this point, we're just saying that there are so many different avenues that could have been going on with this situation. So as far as the question that we have initially, as far as a marriage, it's hard to say. We don't know what going to be. This, like I said, this whole the topic of Del and Sonia happened to just play into what we're talking about, but we don't know.
We're not exclusively talking
about
about
play the celebrity game and none of this. That's just a topic and happened to be a topic that is big right now. And we're just saying, nobody's saying that she was happy, she wasn't happy, or whatever. We don't know. I said myself.
Something happened. Somebody was unhappy.
He was cheating the whole time. Like, I'm most of the sports players, she was probably cheating the whole time.
I gotta tell you this person.
And I said that earlier. He was probably cheating the whole time, but we don't know what she was doing. She's with this dude that from the same school. So what was she? Who knows what she was doing?
Yeah, she was definitely cheating.
Put some lipstick on.
I'm about to be real. I'm about to be. Hey, listen.
We don't know. That's what I'm saying.
You get on.
I'm about to be real petty. I'm about to be real petty right now.
I know.
I'm just saying we don't know.
Go ahead.
Listen, the thing is, I'm gonna be real petty right now. Listen,
I got time today.
If it turns out that she's the one that cheated, what she did is super fucked up because over 6 years, you know what I'm saying? Over 6 years, she's seeing this dude. You know what I'm saying? And no, hold tight. She's seeing this guy, right? Over 6 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is who she was with. This is who she was with. For 6 years. You living in a dude's house.
Can I please?
Bro, listen.
Can I?
If it turns out,
give the young lady the floor. Give the young lady the floor.
I'm about to give it to her. So the thing is, if she filed for divorce and it turns out she was the one cheating, how fucked up is that? You don't want to be in your marriage no more because you realize you're a cheating ass chick. And I'm not saying that she cheated. You know what I'm saying? This is just an open discussion.
Just say it could go
First of all,
either way.
I just want us to be very, very, very
now, go.
clear. Hold on. So the question, yes, soccer mom, the question is marriage dead? But hold on. And I'm going to address this. I'm going to address this question that was directed to me before I get back into is marriage dead? First of all, let us just first be clear that Dell and Sonia have been married 30 plus years. So again, we don't know how long, if he cheated on her. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that I've ever heard Del Curry's name in the big lights as it relates to disrespecting his marriage. I can't say that I have. Not to say that it hasn't been out there.
I just like to say one more time that black men don't cheat, man.
I cannot do this with you. But what I will say,
we just don't,
is that you don't know what he's done to her. And sometimes it's not just about cheating. It's not about being physical with somebody else. It's neglect, quality time, like family vacations. I don't pick up behind myself. I don't.
So you run. So you run to go get old boy.
I knock all my
Funko
Pops on the floor. I knock all my Funko Pops on the floor, and somebody got to come behind me and pick them up. Like over 30 year span, that gets a little ridiculous. Okay, little stuff like that. It might be. It could have been a buildup of small things in general. So let's start there.
No, but okay? But I said that from the beginning because once again, we allowed this Dell Sonya thing to take over the topic. That's not the topic.
We did.
The topic is black marriage. Well, I'm sorry.
Is marriage.
Is marriage dead? Now, when we said what we said, if anybody that was there from the beginning, we talked about just the reality of like marriage in general. Like I said, I myself am I believe in marriage. We talked about the marriage. I believe in it. When we talk, the three of us from the beginning. Like I said, I'm just saying what I'm doing like a quick recap for those that came on late or whatever. I said I believe in it. You said you believe in it. Your parents were together 54 years, correct?
Right. 53.
53 years. Until and then Twan.
Damn.
Twan, you got what? 15 years? How many you got? Twan, how many years you got? 13? 15?
13.
13. Okay. So we are all believers of it, but we also know that there are proponents that are negative that can kill it. So as far as the question of is marriage dead? Us three, we all believe in it. Twan gave a little bit of negative vibe, sort of, kind of, early, because he just questioned it because he's looking at things like the Dell and Sonya 33 years of marriage and whatever. So that was something that playing in his head. Me myself, that doesn't mean shit to me because I look at them as they did what they did for why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They in the limelight, they whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's harder to do things to, you know, break off you got people that don't want to break it off because of the kids. They don't want to break it off because of perception. They don't want to break it off because whatever. Everybody's shit is different. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much you know, and was it earlier? Like I said, and I'm just running through a lot of stuff from earlier. We said earlier, it's like, okay, it's the cheaper to keep a situation, you know, and then you got, which is, you know, something, and then you have some that's like, they're like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, they rather just skip out on the shit instead of dealing with a situation, they rather run off on the situation. All right. So with all that being said, like I said, that was an easy just recap of everything. I go back to saying myself, I believe in marriage. I believe in marriage. I'm from a single family household. My mom's did what she had to do. Didn't have the father there. That's something that gave me more ammunition to be a better father to my kids and to be what I am. I am father. I'm pop. I'm all that, and I do that because of how I was raised. All being like it was like you could be from the greatest household and be fucked up, or you could be from the fucked up household and be great. All that shit. Either way, it could go either way. It's up to you as an individual how you want to maneuver in life. So to say, so it's marriage dead. It's on the fucking person. And I'm sorry, part of my language and everything, but that's my final take on that. Is all on the person. It is what it is. It's how you look at it, how you view it, how you take it.
We'll go some quick stats real quick, man. It says that the three states where marriage actually absolutely struggles, and that's the state of California, Connecticut, and New Jersey, have had some of the nation's highest median income levels and lowest rates of marriage. And it says the other three states is Alabama, Kentucky, and Oklahoma have some of the nation's lowest median income levels, the highest rates of both divorce and marriage. So those places, but it's saying that just point that out real quick that so many people in California, New Jersey, and Connecticut don't even get married. So, you know, I'm sure if we were talking to people from those states, you know, the conversation would be veered a little different. And then it goes over the United States with the highest rates of divorce. And the state that has the highest rate of divorce in the United States is Nevada at 4.4%.
Sin City.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
That could be obvious.
Why do you think that is?
Probably gambling and people losing their money.
That's probably financial, though, right?
Yeah.
So you want to find someone who's financially responsible.
Right.
Going back to what I said.
But that's part of marriage. You have to have those discussions. Number 2 was Arkansas. In 4th place was Alaska and Alabama. They tied. Kentucky 5th, Colorado 7th, Maine 8th, and North Carolina was 9th. Top 10. North Carolina is a top 10 state with the highest divorce rate.
So I'm going to offer my opinion, and this is opinion. This is not real life. I'm going to offer my opinion on why I feel like North Carolina is 9th on the list, and that's pretty high considering, you know.
And before you start, I'm only going to give you one state, and that's just the one that has the lowest divorce rate, and that's Illinois. They stay married in Illinois for some reason.
You have to. You have to. It's rough in Illinois.
Were those red? Most of those were they red states or black or blue states? Not saying that it means that much. Just a quick question.
Illinois, I think, is. I don't know what Illinois is. I want to think it's blue because Chicago's there, but
I want to think it's blue too, but I could be wrong about that.
Illinois, they were blue in the last. They were blue in the last election.
Red or blue?
They were blue in the last election. But Connecticut is a red state where people don't get married at all. But the ones with the highest vote, Nevada, I think Nevada's blue too. Arkansas, you already know that's red. Oklahoma's red. Utah's red, Wyoming's red, and Idaho is red.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alaska
you
and
already know
Alabama are
where that's
both
going.
red.
Precious,
Kentucky's
handle
red. They're mostly red states. You're
yeah,
right.
Precious, handle that. You know where that's going, but Precious,
They
handle
mostly red states.
that. Yeah, handle that, Precious. You on it. You on board. I'm sorry. I just had to ask that. That was
you know how like Martin used to look in the camera and be like,
Oh, and Virginia's tied with North Carolina.
okay, but no, so I have my opinion about North Carolina, right? In general, which, truth be told, is maybe a little bit of the reason why I relocated myself from North Carolina, right? I am born and raised in North Carolina, right? Exposed to a lot of different major cities, stuff like that, but went to college in North Carolina. North Carolina is a Bible Belt, but North Carolina Central University. Eagles stand up. Eagles stand up. Thank you.
Okay.
Eagle pride. So let's start with the fact that, and I'm gonna use my own stats, right? Majority of my friends that I went to college with met their college sweetheart. And they were dating since college. After college, they got married. Most of them are still together, as far as I know, with the exception of maybe a couple. Most of them are still together. They have children. Their children are graduated from high school. They're in college now, whatever, what have you, right? But North Carolina it's a college town. This is this college state. Like there's so many schools there, right? And so there's so many couples there. And for single people in general, you're not just gonna. I would not at this point pick up and move from where I am and go back there, because the market for the single life is very different. It's very, very different. Like you're not. I mean, there are single people there. I'm not saying that there aren't, but then you're looking at the other stats that or other criteria that you could, or your standards or your boundaries that you may have, that you may look at and not be able to fulfill in that area. So I'm just saying, in general, I don't feel like marriage is necessarily dead. You just have to be very intentional about what you're looking for.
I mean, I'll say this, man. I don't think marriage is dead. I will put this statement out on the limb and say this. I think it's dying. It's sick. It's definitely in the hospital.
They need a vaccine?
Yeah.
Moderna or what? Hey, Peggy. How you doing, sugar?
It's definitely sick. It's definitely sick. It's dying, man. Because the world that we live in, we've seen a lot happen over the last just 5 years. Social media is taking over and it's telling people how to live. And people are, instead of making their own decisions about what they want, social media, just like commercials and everything else, try to teach people this is what you really want. So, this will be another subject, but I really can't stand seeing like women on different things, what I'm saying, encouraging women to only go after the guy with money. You know what I'm saying? There's guys out here, man, that'll treat women perfectly. They will treat them like a queen. But because they don't make a certain amount of money, a woman would never look their way.
I don't think it's that.
Let me finish, bro. It is that. It's definitely that.
I agree, Demetria. People have gotten away from commitment and what they really mean. I totally agree.
Right. It's dying. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely dying. Because in order for there to be a real marriage present, love has to be present. And people, for the most part, I don't think it's love. It's finance. It's likes. It's turning up. It's club life.
Here's the thing. Can I jump in real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Demetria says, I'm sure folks who've been married for 30 plus years have had issues, but they work through them because they're
Right.
true to their commitment. And
Exactly.
it says, oh yeah, folks are looking for all the wrong things nowadays, for real, for real. I absolutely agree.
Look,
no,
man,
no argument there. That's
mar-
right.
and she hit some cold hard facts. Is marriage dead? No.
And
But
as I
vows
said
dead.
earlier, we talking about that microwave society.
Our
Right
vows-
now, we
Mhm.
looking for everything to be right there when you want. You
Right
don't want
there.
to work through
You know,
shit.
nobody want to
You're
work.
not working through anything.
Yeah.
If it ain't working right now, fuck it. That's the
It used-
mentality.
The reason why I'm making that statement is just like basically like what Sekou just said, Precious. It used to be a time when men and women came together that they have a lot of money. They said, let's get this money together. Let's build something together. You know what I'm saying? And now on the internet, a lot of women are being taught you don't have to have no money. That man should be doing everything for you. And the thing is, our parents taught us when we was growing up, they, especially our daughters and our sisters, no, you get a job, you work hard, and because if shit don't work out, you don't have to pack up your shit and then you start from square one. You feel me? And that's the risk that a lot of women take now with the ballers and first of all, these motherfuckers only want to be with you for a certain amount of time until your contract runs out. And when he's done with you, now you're forced to just look for men just like that. Because you don't want to work. You've been given every fucking thing, and now you really don't want to work.
But so it sounds to me like you really want to put it on all the women, but it's not just about women.
I'm gonna put my money
because
on the
men,
couple
you're
that
going
builds
out.
together.
So then the issue is, so hold on. So the issue is not necessarily just the woman. The issue is, why are you attracted to that kind of woman? That's toxic. You just out here picking up toxic ass chicks that want to be taken care of.
That part. It's look, man, I'm gonna be real with you. Men have to call men out, but it's time for, especially black women. It's time for black women to step up and talk to each other and say that, and talk to each other and say that shit ain't gonna get it. Because if that shit don't work out, you have to start from square one. And we know a whole lot of girls in entertainment or whatever that go from man to athlete, and boom. And you know why it doesn't work out? Because they already seen you with 10 guys, man. They ain't trying to wife you.
So I'm gonna have
the
to,
social media industry is so crazy because everybody is either Instagram model, Instagram model, or what's the other one? Where you got to pay, where they wilding out now.
OnlyFans shit.
OnlyFans.
Hold on. Like I got a couple of things to say. Let me address Peggy real quick. My man and I didn't have much when we got together. We had an air fryer, a futon, and a 32-inch
so y'all just got together. She said an air fryer.
That's been recent.
We were happy as hell to be together. We're very intentional about how we talk to each other.
Exactly.
I love that too, Peggy. Absolutely. And people have gotten away from that. You're absolutely right. Right.
Salute, Peggy. No, for real, salute. Yeah. I was joking with that, but I was like, obviously y'all recent because air fryer. But
I mean, air fryer.
But I gotta salute y'all. But everything you said was 100% right. You know what I'm saying? That's real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know, and I said earlier, I said the microwave society. Now I guess it's the air fryer society now, because you know, because everybody's looking at the quick fix.
Yeah.
Everybody, because I don't have a microwave in my house.
Air fryer.
You got an air fryer though?
You know,
air fryer.
I'm an air fryer.
I got like 12 air fryers.
Yeah, I'm an air fryer. You know, but the bottom line is like everybody's looking for the quick fix in everything, no matter what it is. It's in relationship or what, everything is the quick fix, and whether making money, whether relationship, whatever, everything is a quick fix. Nobody wants to put that time in. Like when if I go into my story when I met my wife, y'all everybody be laughing. My shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't had shit, and you know what I'm saying. I was messed up to the 10th degree, and she held me down. We held each other down. We did what we needed to do together.
She chose love, cool.
Now 20 years later, we Gucci.
Say cool. She chose love, man. She chose not what was in your pockets. She chose love.
Exactly, and that's why we are where we are. And
Right.
I salute. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I had y'all. Well, for
Shout
those
outs
that know
to
me, I know
Lori.
I had my surgeries. I was dealing with so much shit, and I was like, I stayed away from people. I didn't want nobody in my circle because I had so much I was dealing with. And she jumped in that circle with me and dealt with the shit that I was dealing with.
Bro.
And other people that was around me, they was like, she held me down. And it wasn't a financial thing, it was none of that shit. It was the fact that it was that love was there from day one.
I'm here to tell y'all, man.
Years later, we still together.
Yeah. Say Cool's wife is a real one. I'm telling you all that. I mean, she a
Trish
real
is
one.
a real one because she keep picking up them damn Funko Pops. I throw one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I throw
Who
one
the fuck
right
is
at your.
Trish?
I would throw one right at your cerebral.
Who the fuck is Trish? Hey, look. Hey, listen.
Trash.
Listen, man. It's dying. It's dying. You know what I'm saying? Listen, because the reason I don't want women to think I'm picking on women. I'm only saying women so much because men, we don't have that. We don't have that clearance.
You what?
We don't. Men, we don't have that clearance. Listen, no man. There's not a man out there that could go, I ain't got no money, man. I'm just gonna go out here and find women to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna swing all day. There are some dudes like that. There are some dudes like that. But
Are you serious right now?
But it doesn't work.
It's a whole.
What I tell you. But the question is,
Twan, like I said,
do you think they're gonna last? Do you think their marriage would work if they got married based off that?
Right, I'm just in the defense of that one right there.
It exists.
Lord knows, I know and seen a lot of niggas. Pardon my, I should say niggas. But no, I give them niggas. I call them niggas. Niggas
they might be
that are out there that are fucking. They are living off of a woman. A woman is working.
How you pulling this off?
driving that woman's car. Living in
her off at work.
Place.
Drop her off at work in her car.
Dropping her off to work to go.
You're talking about the Jodies of the world.
It's a lot. Yeah, exactly. And they'll drop her off to work and hide that car and not go to work. Like they'll just do whatever. And then maybe drop the kids off to school.
What eventually happens though? What eventually happens?
So that's why I get where Precious is coming from, because it clearly is not just a woman thing. And I think that the woman part came more into the conversation due to the Curry situation. I think as a whole, it would have been more equal had this Curry thing not come into play today. Because the Curry thing definitely took it, it made you, like, whether you're picking sides or whatever, it made you come a certain way. Like for me, myself, I'm not picking a side. I don't know, I said it earlier, I don't know. Like I said, they were together. They could have both been fucking cheating the whole time. And they both at a point where they done with it. And you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, like how do you you've been, as Twan called it, the Huxtables. You've been the Huxtables of this thing. So now how do you end this shit properly?
And I mean, here's the thing: people are allowed to grow apart. People are allowed to grow apart.
After 30 years.
But you have to wake up and choose your partner every day.
Listen to y'all. Listen to this. I feel y'all when y'all say that. But the question is, it's really for people. It's really more for people that aren't married. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the world? Are we giving them great examples of why they should get married? Damn, bro. I don't think 30 years. That's a lot of time, bro.
It doesn't matter. Like, all right, Precious is not married.
The numbers definitely matter.
Precious is not married, but she's come from a family. Her parents were married for 53 fucking years. And it would still be going had not her mother passed. Correct? So that means nothing. That means nothing. She's from, that's where she's from. Everybody's environment, everybody deals with what they deal with. Everybody's situation is completely different. Everybody's situation is different. There's no what's the word? I'm trying to say, what Like there's no book written. Well, there probably are books written, but they're probably wrong. But there's no books. There's no like blueprint. That's what I was trying to say. There's no blueprint on this situation. This shit can go right or it could go wrong. It don't matter. It's all on the person. You can't sit there and be like, yo, my shit is gonna be right because I'm following Shahrazad Ali. Like it don't fucking matter. Like
so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that our great grandparents and before that stayed married? They married. Let me finish. They married to the death. Huh?
Who's?
Overall.
All of ours?
Overall.
All of ours?
Overall.
I mean, that's why I got 7,500 aunts and uncles. Because my grandfather was
I don't know about that. I'm talking
about
no. I immediately said no. I said I immediately say great grandparents and parents before that. When you go back in the time, cool. When you go back in the time, cool. They didn't divorce. They didn't divorce, cool.
Were we there?
No.
So we don't know what the fuck they was doing.
No, but we read history.
They was
you know what I'm saying? And the stories get passed down.
They were okay. Back then, the great grandmothers, they was okay with.
Back in the day, they was in it to win it, man.
And she got 7,500.
No, it was not. No, cool.
No,
cool. You cannot believe that to be
true.
Cool. You
let me explain this. But hold on, before you go,
Precious, they didn't have much of a choice.
Right.
Go ahead.
Because I was gonna say, women obviously. Men cheated. That's why they came up with the songs. Papa was Rolling Stone and all that. Men cheated, but women, they just didn't divorce like that, and that could have been financially too. They probably couldn't afford it to divorce.
It wasn't a thing. Like we talked about it ourselves when it came to us in our generation. The divorce and the separation and having a man out of the house and all that played a role more into us. When they playing this shit. Oh, I can get money, the welfare and this and that. If the nigga's not in the house, all that shit came. All that played a role. Then that's why it happened. You know what I'm saying? This is something we could go deep and deep and deep.
I know.
It didn't happen with our great grandparents because it didn't have to happen.
You know what I wish. You know what I wish I had. Hey, like, did y'all? I don't really. But Precious, did you see the that Tyler Perry movie? Why Did I Get Married Too? The second one.
Absolutely.
Right. And do you remember when Lou Gossett Jr.'s character and Cicely Tyson, when they told their story of why they stayed married? I wish I had that speech right now, bro, because everything that they said applies even to modern day. They gave the blueprint in that movie. It applies to modern day. All I'm saying is this: maybe this generation should start asking more questions from older people and stop asking your friends. Ask your grandmother.
No problem. Give me a second. Let me pull that up for us.
No, we don't got to do that. Go ahead, cool.
No,
all right. So look,
I'm not arguing that statement. I get it. I'm just saying the fact is, I think we can't. It's hard to compare our grandparents or whatever to our stuff because of there's a lot of things that differ between our time and their time.
Because they didn't bow out like our punk ass generations now.
They didn't bow out, and two, they weren't given like right now. They give like when we look at like I said, I said earlier, like with welfare and all that kind of stuff. If the man is not in the house, I get more money. So I got a bum nigga in the house and he ain't doing shit. He working, but he ain't making enough. I can make better with this nigga gone. For him just being gone.
That goes into government bullshit.
Government, exactly. So the government clearly played a major role in a lot of this stuff as we talking about divorce and getting rid of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I know I can sit there and because you look at how many people be lying. They be married or they together with somebody and they'll act like somebody's not there. They get more money. They'll get money to sit there and say that they're not with somebody. Somebody's living in the house with them, but they'll act like they're not with that person to get more money. That shit is real. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that is something that plays a role in this. So it's like sometimes like it's easy to be like, you know, instead of like fighting for this marriage, you're like, fuck it, I'm better off without this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Not like I don't have to lie now. My shit is legit. I could be like, I could call fucking the the office, and I'm legit taking care of my kids by myself now. I'm gonna get more money now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is I mean, like I said, that's not the only thing, obviously, but I'm just saying that's something to definitely look at in this realm, because that plays a role in this whole marriage game.
I'm gonna tell you something real quick, man. It's gonna sound real corny when I say this, but for anybody that's listening or will see this broadcast later when y'all watch this, my advice is this: when you get married, some of your friends you're gonna have to cut off, and you need to find other married couples to chill with. You should never ask someone that's single what your next move should be.
No, sir.
You need to start hanging around more married people to keep your shit healthy, and I mean, it's going to give it a better chance, because everybody that sees your marriage is not going to be happy for you, bro. Some of them are waiting, betting on your failure right now, bro.
Oh, here comes Precious.
So I am not married.
So really, we shouldn't even be talking to Precious ass right now, man.
First of all, mind
you, a bad influence.
I am absolutely not a bad influence. However, I believe in the institution and the sanctity of marriage, and I like to give my friends, those who choose to talk to me, because I'm easy to talk to about things like that, because I'm going to give it to you real. What I'm going to say to a friend, any friend who comes to me and they're complaining about marriage, is that, one, I am single, but I am not a 25-year-old single woman. I am 35 plus, single 58. In these streets. Mind your business, and then nobody asks you. But I'm not a 25-year-old single woman who's encouraging you to leave your household, because I just think, like, why would you do that at our age, right? I'm not encouraging any of my girlfriends to pack up their bags and leave their husband, because what I know about these streets is that there is nothing out here. And if there is, it's very, very slim pickings. Then you're going to find yourself on dating sites, and then you're going to find yourself on social media talking to people that you've known your entire life that you just know is not going anywhere. So why would you do that? I mean, really, at some point, yes, you need to reevaluate yourself. Again, that goes back to what I said in the beginning. For anyone who's still on with us and who's still listening, you have to wake up and choose your partner every single day. No, they may not do everything right. They may not cross all the T's and dot all their I's. But if they are still making the effort to be there and they are still working with you, you need to figure out what it is about yourself that you need to change. Allow yourself the grace to change, along with your significant other, along with the person that you're married to, or spouse rather. Period.
So,
and if you're interested, I do have the pure love quote from Cicely Tyson and Louis Gossett Jr. if you just want to hear it.
We'll take that in, like, when we get towards the end of the show. There's a long
First of all, don't be dissing the fact that I go on to find resources to support my clients. Okay, I'm an English major. That is what I do.
Thank you for that. So listen, here's some stats, man, that may alarm you guys. You know what I'm saying, on people that divorce in this country right now. It says that people that divorce over the last 2 years, 29% of them had a bachelor's degree or higher.
Because they feel like they're independent. They can do it on their own. They don't need a mate.
63.3% of the people that divorced were employed. 36.7% of the people were unemployed that got a divorce. Living below the poverty line was 12.6. Living with children under 18 was 24.1. If 67% of homeowners divorced in the past 2 years, and renters 32.9%. And why I say I think it's scary, because it says that the average age of when these high divorce rates are happening, they start at the age of 45. They're saying that's that soft spot where shit can go left or right.
You over 50, so that
I'm not over 50. Don't be trying to play me. Don't be trying to play me.
You passed the threshold. You good?
Yeah. Don't be trying to add no years on to me. I ain't in that half a century club yet.
Passed the threshold, doggy. You good? Don't worry about it.
I think that people get
Precious got another 20 years,
and they
Precious got another 20 years before she gets there.
Thank you so kindly. I personally think that when older people get a divorce, and when I say older people, I mean like that 40 and up group, right? I personally feel like they did not get to live out their youth, and they feel like they missed out on something, right? I don't think it's anything to do with who they're married. Well, it probably could. It has something to do with it, but I think they feel like they missed out on something, like they didn't get to fulfill whatever their goals or dreams. Maybe they got pregnant, or maybe they had kids too soon, or maybe they had kids with the wrong person and the marriage failed. Like they didn't get a chance to live out what it was they wanted to accomplish. So technically, for the two of you who are married for 10 plus years or 12 plus years or however long you've been married, you gentlemen, family, and probably in the running to be married for a very, very long time, because I am in the 30 and up club. Mind your business. Don't judge me. Mind your business. Mind your business. Anyway, I'm in the 30 and up club, and I have lived my life.
Just saying that damn 30s and do 20 shit. We don't want to hear that. You ain't Jay-Z, man.
I have lived my life.
Yeah. Put that shit.
See how y'all read my hat. Read it. It does not say Bobby either. It says boy bye.
All right, so look.
So
let me say cool. I'm about to hit her with something so she don't hurt herself. And Precious, you better listen closely when I say this. This is the top 5. This is the top 5 places in America with the highest divorce rate with people that make over $60,000 on average.
Do I need to write these places down? Because if I live in one of them, I'm gonna move.
You ain't going no damn where.
Yeah. So coming in at number 5 is Massachusetts. At number 4 is Hawaii.
Damn.
Number 3 is New Jersey.
And
New Jersey, remember, they have a low marriage rate anyway.
Yeah, Jersey's still on every list.
Yeah. Number 2 is Maryland.
Oh, Precious.
And number 1 is the District of Columbia.
Precious.
So you might want to bring your ass back to North Carolina.
Niggas be eating them crabs and shit.
According to this shit, if your man make over
completely dislike anybody that's still listening. That's still.
Nigga, that was my crab leg, man. Get out of here with that bullshit, cuz that was my
these two get on my best nerve. Like,
leave my crab leg alone, y'all.
I got one nerve. I have one nerve.
I don't want to think I'm lying.
One takes the one end and the other one takes the other end, and they
don't touch my crab leg, y'all.
Tap dance on it all night. Hey, they big head bounce on that nerve all night.
You see that top? You see that top? The District of Columbia.
Do you know why that is?
And Maryland. So they should just put them together.
Hold on. Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because so many people. No, I do know. There's so many people here that are focused on like progressing in their careers, and they tend to get married later. Like they tend to get married once they've achieved what it is they want to achieve in their career. So I'm assuming, and I don't know how accurate those stats are. I don't know where they came from. Okay.
How much longer you want to wait?
How much longer you want to be in my business?
Shit.
We're having a real conversation. How much longer do you want to wait?
That's
We
why
have
I
a
gave
game.
it to you
I
like that.
could Charlamagne to God your ass, but you
Can
know,
I get a gangster emoji? Can I get a gangster emoji or something?
yeah, man. I mean, why are you still there?
I came here because I
Precious
knew I would.
gangster.
I always knew I would live in this area. Now, I did not come to stay forever. I didn't. In fact, I used to always say if I moved to the DMV, the Washington
Starting to
metropolitan
sound like
area.
you don't believe in marriage, bro.
That's
what it's
not
starting to
true.
sound
I
like.
always said I was gonna move.
Why are you
to
still
the
there?
West Coast. I've not been here that long.
How much longer do you want to wait?
Why are we talking about me? This has nothing to do with me. Is
I
marriage
mean,
dead or not?
because we're married and you're
marriage
not.
dead or not? Like, is marriage dead or not?
I mean,
We're
look,
not
I'm
talking
gonna
about
ask
me.
you.
We're not
Look,
talking about me. We're not talking about me. This has nothing to do with me.
hey, listen.
specifically.
Hey,
I
look,
am
I'm
talking
gonna tell you.
about.
Look, let me tell you the number one reason why I think men say they don't get married. And I'm speaking as a man. I think the number one reason why men say they don't get married is because they're like, I don't have that hoe out of me, man. I know I'm gonna cheat on her.
I can't have this conversation because I can promise you,
And I
like
think
this,
that shit is like that for
this
women too. They
conversation
just
is
don't
an
want to admit it.
unfiltered. This is an unfiltered conversation
Oh.
that we cannot have on this podcast because it has nothing to do with marriage. Nothing.
Well, you talking about your story, right?
No, I'm talking about men. Your men's story.
I just told you.
Male species.
I just told you why I think the number one reason why men don't get married, bro.
Why?
Because
Because they still wake up with
no, they
Because
know
you
they're
talking about
going.
me?
I'm
You
talking
mean me,
about
Precious?
men
When they
in
know they're
general.
going to cheat, they're like, "What's the purpose?"
We're gonna talk Precious later.
No, fine. Fine with me. Not I'm always ready for a discussion.
You gonna come at me?
But black men don't cheat though, right? Twan?
We don't.
I
That's
can't
all.
speak for. I
You're
don't speak
so
for
full
nobody
of
but
it.
myself.
And for y'all both to be
I don't speak for
married
nobody
and
but myself.
educated black
Say
men, y'all say some of the craziest ish I have ever heard in my life.
It's real. If you can't
In my
handle it,
life.
just
You know,
say you can't
Sekou
handle
don't speak for nobody but himself. I don't speak for
No.
nobody. I can't tell about no black men don't cheat and none of that. I can't speak for none of that. I'll tell you, Sekou ain't never motherfucking
I'm
cheat.
gonna keep that lie alive,
He's-
bro.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck.
We don't cheat.
You, I
Anybody
mean,
that fucking know me, they know.
I'm saying in general, we're talking about like black men, like Twan was on this black men don't cheat, or black men choose not to get married because they feel like the whole not out of them. Really? So who you think want the old you? The old you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying you.
Precious, be
per
honest.
se.
That has to be. That
I'm not saying
it has
you.
to be out of both of y'all system for that shit to work.
I disagree because everybody wants to be desired. You're gonna always want someone else to look at you and desire you. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pursue them.
I'm not
That
talking
doesn't
about
mean you're
desire.
gonna go sleep with them.
I'm not.
That has
I'm not
nothing
talking
to
about
do with it.
desire. I'm talking about men that say I know I'm gonna cheat on her. That's why I'm not ready to get married yet.
That means
Hey,
so it has nothing to do with.
And I didn't say
I know
all
I'm gonna
men.
cheat
I
on
Hey
her.
guys,
definitely-
just throwing it out there. I love you guys, but you know it's 11 o'clock, so let's get this to the. For those that have to be up in the morning early, and
Thanks,
for
sir.
the job, let's wrap it up. Just saying. Before I fall asleep on the fucking show, I'm just saying. Throw it up. Just saying. Love y'all.
Well, if somebody would have been here on time, then
I'll say I was late. The show,
No.
my computer fucked up. I own up to my shit. I don't give a fuck. To keep it a buck.
I just said, Precious, if somebody would have been on
Yeah.
fucking time, then
But
how the late dude gonna call up
I'm
in
the
the
reason,
wrap
I'm the
up?
reason why we 3 months late on the show too, right? Yeah.
I feel you though. It's getting late, man. You know, and this story can go on long and long.
Meow.
Hey, listen. So
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect place, man,
Meow.
to get our closing arguments. I will say this though, bro. I will run down the reasons before
what
we
you
get
not
out of
gonna do
here
is take a shot.
of what are the most common reasons. And this was a census. This ain't true. This ain't what actually happened. This is what people wrote down. They said, what are the most common reasons that for marriage? And this is what people said it was. They ain't say it's not what really happened. They said 88% of it 88% of the people said love. 81% of the people said commitment. 76% of the people said companionship. Some people didn't want to get married at all. They just 49% said I just want to have children. 30% said need to have a relationship recognized by a religious community. 28% said finances. Fuck love. I just want somebody who make money like I do. And the last reason was legal right and benefit. Legal rights and benefits. Motherfuckers just want to be American citizens and shit and marry people for their health plans and shit like that. I really don't give a fuck about you, but I know if I get hurt, I'm gonna be all right. So that's how that rolls out, man. So ladies first, man, you know, close it out for us, Miss Thang.
So I don't know whether, you know, like if we really reached a common resolution as it relates to whether we believe marriage is dead or not. But I can say for me, it is not dead, but I definitely want to, in my own personal situation, I want to find love. Like I want genuine love, and I want somebody I can also be a life partner to. So I need to be able to grow with my partner. I can't just say, oh, you know, like that's just, you know, we in love and that's just what we building this thing off of, and boom. I need to be able to grow with you. I need to be able to grow and learn and glean from you, as well as you need to be able to grow and learn from me. Does
he have does he have to have money, or can he just have a job?
I'm gonna need you to bring something to the table. I'm the table.
I agree with that.
Big table, little table.
Pay a couple bills. Pay a couple bills. Okay.
It's a tray. It's a breakfast tray. Mind your
breakfast table.
It's a breakfast tray.
Breakfast tray. Okay. Yeah. You got brunch tray. Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I mean that. I mean it.
We love you.
The table. I'm like, is it like a big ass dinner table?
It's a big ass dinner table. It seats at least 8.
Okay.
So and I got a bench with mine. So
fuck it. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. You deserve that. A big ass table. Fuck it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say cool.
Shut up, Twine. Get on my nerves. Twine get on my nerves.
Say cool. Hit us with your closing arguments.
I ain't no much of a closer. I mean, my shit is pretty much the beginning to the end. I say the same thing. I mean, it's just like I said, a lot of things got taken away from the topics we were talking about because of the people we were talking about. But as far as the topic itself, it stays the same. I believe that marriage, relationship, any of that shit, it is what it is. It is what you put into and what you do with it. So it's hard to sit there and say it's dead or it's dead or alive or whatever. Like the person it's all on the person, you know, because we are all people that have seen great relationships. We all seen fucked up relationships. We've seen in between. We've seen, you know, people together for a long ass time and shit fucked up. You had people that was you know, you had ones that was together for a long time only because for the kids and you know what I'm saying? Like it's been so many different things. So it's hard to say, you know, love but you know, every situation is different. And so I just sit there and say it's dead is I can't say that. I can't, you know, say yes or no on that. It is what it is. Because everybody's situation is different. I cannot compare my situation to anybody else's situation, and I don't want anybody else to compare their shit to mine. You know what I'm saying? It's like for me myself, I have some people that are like, oh, you know, knowing, you know, I'm married and this, oh, like, you know, like I'm a model to them. I'm like, that's cool, kind of, but I don't want to be no model to nobody or nothing. Like, cause you know what I'm saying, like, cause you don't know what goes on a day-to-day with any individual. You just see what you see. And that's why, like, social media is so fucked up. We talking about that. Social media is like everybody puts that fake shit on on social media. Anybody that knows me, I don't put motherfucking shit on Facebook. Other than when I put my pictures of kids, of my kids and my wife, I don't put that. People put their day-to-day everything they doing on there and these fake lives, and I don't use. And like I said, if you know me, I don't do none of that.
Crazy.
Shit. I throw my kids on there, throw a little picture every now and then because that's me. My Facebook page, that's me, and I just show the kids having fun and that type of thing, And then obviously I have other pages. I have the SG Promotion, which is we do different things on there, and then I have the health page, and I do talk about the health and stuff like that on there. But my regular page is me and my family, and that's all I talk about, and that's all I put on there, and and that's that, But you have certain people like they sit there and they put on this. You could know that person and know that they're dealing with fucked up shit, and see their posts. They're sitting there hugging and kissing and show with great posts on Facebook. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Like, keep it a buck. Like, it good or bad. Don't be showing all that shit.
Stop telling people your business.
That's the main thing. Don't show your bit like, because I could show you a picture of me and my wife. We could have had a fucked up day, but it doesn't. I didn't put it out there like we're the greatest. You love us. It's a picture of me and my wife. I throw a picture of me and the kids. It's just a picture of me and the kids. They could have pissed me off the whole motherfucking day. I'm not gonna put on Facebook. These little niggas drive me fucking crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn it. I remember the days before these little motherfuckers came. Like, like, it is what it is. Like, I throw a picture with my kids, and that's that. And I throw a picture of me and my wife. That's that. The most I put on this shit every, like, because obviously, our anniversary. We celebrate anniversary 18 years on August 9th. So, of course, I throw up the shit, anniversary of my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I'm not every day. Me and my wife, we went to the grocery store. Me and my wife, we're in the car. I'm holding her hand. Me and my wife, we went to the bodega. Get the fuck out of here. Like, nobody want to hear that shit.
Say cool.
And then they put in the stupid shit and knowing that their life is fucked up.
I love us.
Yeah, we're the greatest. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, just keep it. But
y'all really don't dislike me. When I get married, I'm gonna my husband y'all asses to death. My husband.
That's how it is in the beginning, though. That's how it is in the beginning.
Well, Precious, I'll tell you. But if that nigga ain't right, I would be checking your motherfucking ass. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure that nigga.
I'm gonna tell you that nigga dusty as shit if he dusty as shit.
And that's that. Because if he's not on his motherfucking game, big brother fucking say cool is right fucking in. So just keep that 100. So whatever.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Twan. Take us out.
Twan, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh man, I don't think marriage is dead because I'm still married. But I think it's dying. I think
it's dying, nigga.
But I do think it. Look.
Man, you over here talking about marriage with a vaccination shot.
I think it's dying because of social media. I think the young people are being brought up now, listening to all the wrong people. There's way too many shows out here, Basketball Wives and all this shit, and half of these women ain't even nobody's wife. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit is surrounded with money and just dumb shit. There's no shows out there that talk about good shit. I think there might be one show out there, and even then, that's up for discussion. And that's a show I think called Marriage at First Sight, which I don't advise you to marry somebody when you ain't never met him. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, my advice: gather yourself. Hang with other married couples. You know what I'm saying? Talk with them when you need advice. You know what I'm saying? Don't marry for money. You know what I'm saying? Build the wealth together. If he already got it or you already got it, you know what I'm saying? If love doesn't exist, it's not going to work, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't marry for love. We just ran those numbers down, So no, it's not dead. I think it's dying. And but
so in life support.
I just I hate it for the kids, man. I hate it for this new generation. Because they're not getting great examples of what real marriage is. And it seems as though it's declining every year. you know. So be careful, man, who you say I do to, and notice some people take them vows to the death, you know. we didn't even get into couples that wind up harming each other because of silly shit, you know what I'm saying? And the rate the husbands go to prison for killing wives and wives killing husbands as well, man. Like this, I do mean something to a lot of people out there. So if you ain't serious about it, don't fuck with marriage, bro. It's hard work. You know what I'm saying? You got to work at it every day. But you know what I'm saying? But when you marry for love and that person loves you and you love them, you know, it's no greater feeling. It's no greater feeling. You know,
and
so
my last one, COVID brought out a lot of fucking reality in life,
right,
for a lot of people.
It hit home, bro. It hit home.
COVID brought out some shit for people, boy.
That's it, man. We thank y'all for joining with us, man. You know, we've been away for a minute, but we back. We're gonna try to keep coming back more frequently. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep joining. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos. That's how we grow. That's how we get bigger. We're gonna do our part and try to be here more and more and more frequent the way that we should, you know what I'm saying? But share these videos, tell someone about what's going on in here. Twine, Cool, and Precious are having real conversations over there, you know. Support us. That's the only way that we're gonna grow. So we appreciate everybody that chime in. Thank everybody that was in the chat tonight. That was incredible. We love that. Don't be afraid to chime in, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no judges over here. So before we get up out of here, I'm letting my co-host Precious know, and I want y'all to hold on, you know, after this plays. But Precious, is it okay for me to let the people know who we are now? Precious, is it okay for me to let the people know who we are?
Y'all dating or something?
Is it okay?
I'm confused.
Is it okay for me to let the people know who we are?
Y'all
Sure.
dating?
Let us know who.
You okay with that?
Let us know
All right.
who we are.
All right,
We all want to.
Yo, listen, tonight it'll be exquisite. Behold the beneficent garment stitched from the best seamstress. Persian gold woven silk threading, diamond red rubies in my crown heading. Clark Wally boots sway with the French brave preparing for the greeting. Peace princess, you truly are Jew to behold. I would love to have you as my guest, serving you the best, watching you unwind. The pleasure's all mine while I'm tasting your sweet words of seduction and sexual tones. I was wondering if I take you home, would you roll in like my phone for me? I'm in the zone while I'm watching you dance, and I'm thrown by your passionate moans and the sounds making me. So glad I found you. 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 So glad. Oh, she's so sexy and she's so sweet. This hot little mama, I was. Oh, indeed you are. Yes, beautiful Comanche squaw. My